C production class. These are production sports cars with a limited number of modifications allowed in the interest of safety and performance. And this is the class that the factories have a keen interest in, because their premier offerings to the public are on display right here. And a win in C production translates to sales in the showroom. Datsun, Porsche, Mazda, Triumph are all represented here and all looking for victory. But the car that is on the pole is a surprise. It's a Jaguar XKE, a car that has not been in production for at least 6 or 8 years. Fred Baker of Kirtland, Ohio, car number 19, has put his Jaguar on the pole to the surprise of just about everybody. Outside is Jim Fitzgerald of Clemens, North Carolina, in a Datsun ZX. Logan Blackburn's Datsun from Indianapolis, Indiana, will start third. Fourth, Ken Slagle from Pennsylvania in a Triumph. Fifth is Bob Leitzinger from State College, Pennsylvania, with a Datsun. Starting sixth is the defending national champion, a name you may recognize, Paul Newman of Westport, Connecticut, in Bob Sharp's Datsun. Sharp, who prepared this car, himself a 7-time national champion. Starting seventh, Lee Mueller of Westminster, California, in a semi-factory Triumph TR8. Bruce Cavalli of Petaluma, California, will start in the 8th position. Ninth is David Bell of Lincoln, North Carolina, a Datsun, and Frank Harmstead of North Augusta, South Carolina rounds out the top 10. He is driving a Porsche 914, another car that is no longer manufactured. But for the car makers, C production is the win on Sunday, sell on Monday class. We'll be back with the start after this. Down for the green flag in C production. And banging at the start, Fitzgerald and Baker heading into turn number 1, and that Jaguar is at the head of the field, and hard braking. Car number 85, Logan Blackburn, goes to the head of the field. A former national champion in a smaller engine class. Blackburn has the lead coming out of turn 1 and 2 and up through the S's.
Well, I thought we were going to see a multiple shunt right there at the start.
Baker has the lead back. They've gone by Blackburn coming up out of 2, and into the second position is Jim Fitzgerald. Up through the S's, climbing up to turn number 5. Into the short straightaway, leading to turn number 6, and the battle rages on once again. The Jaguar is in front, but the Datsun of Fitzgerald jump to the inside going into turn 6. Out of turn number 7, it's the Datsun as the Jaguar bumps across the ripple strip at the inside of the racetrack.
Well, Fitzgerald is certainly using more than his fair share of road here. I don't know. We'll have to see a replay of the start, but he certainly moved across the track there to try and hold the Jaguar off. The Jaguar having more power here on this long back straightaway.
Baker has gone back in front with this aging Jaguar, and as we saw in D production yesterday, it is another British Dowager Queen race car that has gone to the front of the field against all of the high-buck factory technology.
I'm a British Dowager Queen as well, didn't you?
Down to turn 12. The Jaguar in front of the factory Datsun. Jim Fitzgerald in second. Logan Blackburn is third. Ken Slagle in the Triumph is in the 4th spot, and Paul Newman has moved up to 5th. Hard pressed battle for the lead, but the Jag holds on coming up out of turn 2.
Well, Jim Fitzgerald's 49 years old, but he is really trying hard here today as they turn into the S's around 3, into 4, and Fitzgerald hounding that Jaguar.
You can see the marks on the left side of Baker's car when he and Fitzgerald jammed together at the start.
For which there's no excuse, really. It's a perfectly straight piece of road going down the straight from the flag. I don't quite see how they got into each other at that stage of the game. Into the turn 1 is one thing, but as the flag drops, seems to me to be almost impossible to do.
Well, the Datsun people came here with 6 cars in the top 10, 3 for Triumph, and I think they were all surprised to be bumped off the pole by this old Jag. Well, if that Jaguar wins, they're not going to sell any of those in the showroom on Monday because that car's been out of production for several years.
The Jaguar seems to be picking up about a second a lap. There we see it now, something nearly 4 seconds ahead of Ken Slagle in the yellow TR8, followed by Logan Blackburn, who's dropped back a bit from the TR, And Paul Newman, who again is being pressed down through these S's by Jim Fitzgerald. This definitely seems to be the place where Fitzgerald is best.
Datsuns and triumphs, but not quickly enough to catch this man, Fred Baker of Kirtland, Ohio, who has brought this aged Jaguar XKE Roadster here to Road Atlanta. Fred Baker of Kirtland, Ohio started on the pole. The rumpled bodywork on the left-hand side, evidence of the first turn tangle with Jim Fitzgerald. A lap car, and then Paul Newman, the defending national champion, who has broken free of a great race for second spot, but too late to run down Fred Baker. Baker's Jaguar, a car that was last produced when? That long ago.
I don't know.
Fred Baker down the hill to turn number 12. He will get the checkered flag and win the C Production National Championship. Baker has fooled them all. Bring this old Jaguar Warhorse. And he will get the checkered flag.
Okay, we have here Fred Baker, our C Production National Champion. Fred, what sort of race was that for you?
It was a little rough in the beginning. I didn't think I'd ever get through that first lap, but we managed. The Jaguar took a few dings here and there, but it worked out all right for us.
Well, we saw a replay at the start, and it looks like Jim Fitzgerald moved right over on you as you came past the start-finish line to take the green flag. Is that right?
That's right. He was a little unsportsmanlike, I think, but I'm not going to make any argument about it. We came through. That's what I wanted.
You're 29, you come from England, you're obviously very keen on racing. Have you got any ambitions to go further in racing?
Oh, yeah. I'd sure like to go further and faster, but that's down the road somewhere.
Baker's Jaguar surprised and embarrassed the factory teams. But what of last year's champion?
What happened, Paul?
Well, the way I look at it, I was second overall, first in class.
I just got a brand new XKE. This car really is the one for me. Look out, stingrays and cobras too. I'm gonna show you what this car can do.
My XKE, my XKE.
She cost me a fortune, yes sirree.
2 legs up and 4 on the floor.
Man, this car is sure a go-where. I'm gonna take it down a riverside, where the track is long and the strip is wide. The stingrays will look like they're standing still. The cobras will look like they're going uphill.
My XKE, my XKE.
Ah, she cost me a fortune, yes sirree.
2 legs up and 4 on the floor.
Man, this car is sure a go-where. Down the street, I meet the girls I thought that I'd never meet. They never ever took a second look at me, but that was before I bought my XKE.
My XKE.